everyone! Welcome to the review from Simply Nerdy. It is our pleasure to be reviewing Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. We have all finally finished the game as of 5 minutes ago. Mr. Austin pulling in with the credits.
That's right.
Love it.
Coming in clutch.
So
Yep.
Again, we're going to do spoiler-free review, and then we're going to get into our spoiler discussion, and then we'll call it good. So, what are your overall thoughts of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door?
Yay!
Maybe.
Woohoo!
Yeah, this is my first time beating the game. I played the original, but I didn't finish it. So this remake was my chance to revisit, correct that wrong.
I was not an RPG fan back in the day when this one came out, so this is my first time as well.
You know, I think my siblings played it, but this was my very first time playing. It might as well be my very first playthrough if we did own the game, which I'm still not entirely sure if our family did own this game or not. I know we played the first Paper Mario, but this one, I don't recall ever playing this one. But it was a great game. So it had some really fun mechanics, had some really funny moments. Some of the characters are hilarious, and I'm trying to remember. There were a few things that bothered me, specifically there was a lot of dialogue. I don't know if you guys felt that way as well. It was chock full of dialogue, just never ending sometimes.
I thought it was just me.
You watched my Origami King comparison video. That's one of my complaints. So.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a valid complaint.
Yes.
So, I also feel like there was a lot of, I don't know, the fetch quests were so unnecessary, just going back and forth over and over sometimes. And anyway, yes, train. The train.
That's all we're going to say. If you know what we're talking about, then you know what we're talking about.
I say, imagine playing those fetch quests near the end without the fast travel. They added in the remake.
Yes, the fast travel is
the fast travel.
It's that room with the pipes.
The pipes. Okay.
Yes, that was not there in the original.
Oh, okay.
You had to go back to the original paths for each area.
Yikes!
Is that right, Anthony and Lisa?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember them being in the game.
No, I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this game. I'm breaking into my RPG side, and I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed the combat. I thought that though I did enjoy the combat in the Origami King, which is my first Paper Mario game that I actually played, never beat, still to this day. So I need to go back and do that. But I actually enjoyed the combat in this one a bit more, simply because I had a partner there with me, which added an extra layer of depth, but also quick battles that didn't require much puzzle solving to enjoy. I just gotta hit an enemy, do the battle, and be done with it. And I kind of enjoyed that. The world is very dense. You see a bunch of different cultures, which was really fun. Different cultures, different lifestyles, different locales that were just very well designed, very well crafted. Even though the game was running at 30 frames a second, I couldn't tell. And I'm really big into frames per second. I love my 60 FPS. But this game was looking really good at 30.
I'll jump
I do
in.
agree with Austin that it was really yappy.
I mean, I feel like I've been super vocal about the fact that I really liked the game, and I couldn't, to be honest, I wouldn't expect myself to be able to tell, and I also was not able to tell that it was at 30 instead of 60 frames per second. I thought it seemed fine. I don't remember if there was a room of pipes for fast traveling or not, but it sounds like something that did not exist, because I feel like I have memories of just hoofing it to the places that I go to over and over.
Oh, man.
Um,
I ain't got time for that.
Quality of life improvements.
There was a few quality of life improvements.
and I can say also, Anthony really tried to get me to give the new songs a chance, or the remastered songs a chance.
I was going to bring that up.
So that's what I have been doing. It's hit and miss. Some of them are really, really good. Some of them I like a lot. Others I feel like are not quite as good. Like, I think I've said this before, but Petalburg, what did they do to my boy? But on the other hand, Boggledy Woods was freaking awful in the original, and
true.
What?
Anthony
What?
said it's true.
Oh yeah. If I ever wanted a song for "I've Lost My Actual Mind," it's that in the original game. So the remastered one was a lot better. I was like, wow. I mean, it's still kind of discordant, but at least it's like bearable. Huh?
Competent music.
That's right.
I can't really judge its competency, but I
Yeah.
can say that I disliked the original and I like this one. So.
I actually considered most of the remastered tracks improvements across the board, except for Petalburg. I will admit I did not like what they did with Petalburg.
I agree.
I
I haven't
I
played
think-
the original, but from what you showed me, I listened to it, and I love the punchiness of that
Yes, it was
the
really
original
cool.
version. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it's missing something important there. So I suppose I can have similar feelings about the soul missing. My criteria for saying, hey, the soul is missing is a lot less stringent than Lisa's.
Not that
Oh my
Three
gosh,
notes
that
worth.
pair is gone, so now the soul is gone. Anyway.
the addition or subtraction of 3 notes can make all the difference, right?
Yeah, for you too. Anyway. But so I really enjoyed that. My favorite thing, this is kind of also a revisit of our previous video, was not only that they remastered the music, but they actually in some ways what's the word I'm looking for? They almost remade some of the songs in ways that I thought were better. I really liked. My favorite thing was when they changed the battle theme based on the chapter you were in. That made me so happy, and I got so excited because
An idea borrowed from Origami King.
yes, exactly. Well, and also the battle theme in the original game was passable. It could be fun, but I got bored of it so fast because it played the entire game. And so when they switched it up for me, that was a lot of fun. So, and I just really liked a lot of the orchestrations. Beyond that, I mean, honestly, it's just it's a pretty faithful remake. We already talked about some of the quality of life features it had. I really liked the fast travel. I thought that was a big thing that made me actually want to do a few more side quests before I got bored of them. I talked before about how much I really like the storytelling and character and world building approach of Thousand Year Door, and that's something that they definitely very much kept the soul of here. So basically, it's just a really solid facelift of a game that was already legendary for a reason, and I think maybe that's what I want to highlight here. Instead of focusing specifically on the new things that were added, is just show the care and the artistry that they put into this remake. The visual improvements are major. It really got a wonderful facelift, and I thought it was fun how they managed to capture both what a lot of people used to say about Thousand Year Door, where it was Paper Mario, but it didn't focus too much on the paper, but also still kept kind of, so like with the remake, I mean, everything kind of had a little bit more of a papery aesthetic. You could tell that they were still going for that feel, but it didn't override the story or drive the story like it did in most of the more recent Paper Mario games. And so I thought that was a really fun balance, because still Paper Mario, and now it looks more papery, but the story and the fun narrative that they'd created is still intact. So anyway, I guess I want to highlight that as a very faithful remake, but with a major facelift of a game that has long been a favorite of mine, I couldn't. The only thing that could make me happier is if they add a hard mode. Beyond that, I was over the moon. I mean, this was the impossible remake. All of us, original Paper Mario fans had basically declared Paper Mario dead because of this new regime. And so when this remake was announced, it felt like we were in a dream and would wake up and find out it wasn't real. And so the fact that we got it and it's so solid and awesome, I'm very pleased with it. So if you want to hear more of my specific thoughts, go look at our other video.
Alrighty, let's get into the scores. So I'm gonna give this game a 9 out of 10. Austin.
I'd say an 8.5. It was fantastic. It's phenomenal. But I don't know. To bump it up to a 90, I think I don't know. It's just not quite as amazing as some of the other games that I've played, but still really good.
I'd give it a 9.
Execute him. Sorry.
Right.
Wait, what, Ant?
I'd give it an execute him. Apparently,
Execute him.
kidding.
God.
No, I said I'd probably give it a 9.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's high.
Lisa?
I was
You're
also
high.
thinking 9.5.
I'm apparently high for giving it an 8.5. I love
Yeah,
it.
sure,
That's
David.
why I said execute him.
For me, it's a 9 out of 10. Like, it's the peak of the Paper Mario series. As much as I love Origami King, I can admit that this is better.
That puts our Simply Nerdy review at 9 out of 10 for Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Now, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, go away. Spoilers open in 3, 2, 1.
All right, bye-bye.
Lisa, my jaw dropped the first time the audience was eaten by a boss to heal his life. I was like, what the crap? This game just got dark.
Oh yeah.
And then the last boss did that. And dude, anytime a boss did that, I was just like, oh my gosh. Just oh. And then there was a sense of dread. I was like, well, I'm going to die. I thought I was doing really good, but no, not anymore. All my
Dude,
mushrooms are gone, and this
That's
boss
how I
is still
felt about the final boss, where like
Oh
I
my
was doing
God.
attacks and nothing was working. I was freaking out. I was like, "What am I supposed to do? Am I missing a special move? Like, why is nothing attacking the?"
Well, I thought
shit.
I thought like a story sequence was going to happen. I was like, surely something story is going to happen, right? And then it just kept going and
Oh
going.
man,
And I was like, I'm missing something. And then it finally happened. I was like,
And
there it is. I
finally
knew it.
yeah,
The spoiler of it not being Bowser or one of the classic Mario things.
yeah,
So it's so refreshing.
that was nice.
That was crazy. But you
And
did
that was
actually
a-
fight him. So I was like, yay, I fought Bowser. I'm done.
Yeah,
No.
no,
Yeah, I just love how many enemies and things are going on in the story that are not Mushroom Kingdom related.
mm-hmm.
You play through a lot of it, and you assume that the final boss will be that Grodus guy, right? The robotic person that kidnapped Peach. and you do fight him, and he's a pretty epic boss.
He was.
But then you have the twist, and you think, okay, maybe it's Bowser as the final boss. It's not.
Honestly, they got me thinking the whole time that we were gonna have to fight the computer at the end. That's
Oh,
what I was thinking.
You were going to fight Tech.
That you were gonna fight Tech. Yeah, but it didn't end up happening, and that's okay. I think the story was still great as it was, but I thought they were gonna go that route, and they did not.
Well, that would have been interesting, but yeah. Either way, I love that we could think that and not assume it's just going to end up being
Bowser.
classic villain in the end.
Yeah.
So to have it be this dark, creepy monster.
That and the Bowser sequences were just so fun.
They were so silly. I loved it though.
They
It
were
was
so fun.
great. There
It
was so
reminded
much
me-
silliness in general
Yeah.
in this game. They had so much fun writing the story and doing some of the animations. I'm thinking about like the elder at the Bogly Woods or whatever it's called. The
Yes.
lady that just like gets super big and like in your face. Yeah, just so good. That
Yeah.
was so funny. The Punies,
The
they're
Punies.
called.
They were a little annoying for me, though.
Yeah.
I would
Oh
get
my
one of them
gosh, I
lost
got-
every now
I
and
got
then. Where
stuck.
like, oh my gosh.
I got stuck in that dumb in the tree somewhere where
I
you
did
had
too,
to.
multiple
You were
times.
supposed to blow them using
Yes.
Madame Flurry.
Mhm.
You're supposed to blow them across the fountain, and
Yes.
for whatever reason, it just did not click in my mind, and
same.
so I was racking my brain trying to figure out how do I get these guys across.
That's
And
one of
then
those things that was spoiled in the promotional videos for me.
yeah,
Well,
well, and it
that's
was
true,
like the
it was
weird
in-
platform.
Wow, I
things
have
that
no
you had to get 'em
excuse.
onto. Yeah, I
Dang
guess
it.
I missed the promotional videos, or I just forgot. So
I
thank goodness
edited
for
those
bad memory.
videos. I know I use all the trailers and stuff for all of our, well, not all of our footage, but when I'm feeling a little bit lazy, I do for all our footage. Anyway, Anthony, what do you want to say?
No, I mean, I guess I would agree that I thought it was fun how and I guess this is a repeat of what I was saying before. I liked how unique they made all the different characters, and I thought it was actually really interesting. If you think about it, for a Nintendo game, how dark they went, that you were fighting some sort of demonic presence, that was trying to take over the world, kind of thing. I mean, they didn't delve super far into, trying to represent that in its darkest potential ways, but I thought it was really fun how they did that, and I also really liked so one of my favorite memories, from both the original and the remake is the final sequence when you're basically getting your butt handed to you, and the only way that you can win is when everyone kind of cheers you on, and that moment was done really well. It felt very unique for a Mario game, and I think maybe that's probably one of the biggest reasons why Thousand Year Door is still my favorite. I wouldn't even necessarily say that it's got the strongest story of the series, but the way that they just made it so full of character and balanced it with so many other good systems, it's just it's a total package.
Hope they did well enough with sales and everything that they realized, okay, this is what fans of the series want. Let's course correct, bring it back to this. I also hope, as a fan of Origami King, that one of the things I love about Origami King can also find a way to have that marriage between the traditional systems plus the innovations I did like about Origami King.
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like the future of Paper Mario, at least the best future, is somewhere in the middle. I think I'd probably say maybe it errs a little bit more on the side of Thousand Year Door and the old system, but still having the best of both worlds. Well, I feel like maybe that's a really good summary of what I liked so much about this remake, is that I felt like it was the first step in that direction that the series has made.
Yep. I think there were a lot of good quality of life improvements, as we mentioned earlier. I do think that there were some inequalities of life that also did a disservice, such as they changed one of the badges where you multi-bounce on somebody, and they made it darn near impossible to get that. And so that badge was completely useless to me. Like, why did you guys change that? And I know it was probably overpowered in the original game, but
I mean, it was how people. It was the main strat for speedrunning the game.
Yeah.
My understanding is that they changed the frame timing. So in the original game, it was like 7 frames, then 6, then 5, then 4, then 3.
You had to get it within 7 in the first hit, and then it just gets it randomized it almost.
Well, no, in this one, apparently the way it goes is it's
not
like
random, but it's almost like a random sequence. It's like 7 and then 4 and then 1 and then 4 and then you know what I mean? It's not very.
No, I looked this up. I think some people did some research, and it was more like 7, 6, 5, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So it was.
Well, that's what I mean. It's just the random one that they threw in there just to get you.
Right.
To nail that one, and anyway,
brother.
So I probably spent a good hour trying to practice that, and then I was like, I'm done. I'm giving up on this badge. That's not even worth it.
No.
So
I never even used it in the first game.
Oh man.
So.
Good for you, Anthony.
He likes
that.
that
Was a good
mode.
Decision.
Yes,
he does.
That would have been too easy mode. For
I don't want to reduce my game to press A.
That's fair. All right. Well, is that all we have to say? I think that wraps up my thoughts anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty happy with our.
It's a great game. Go play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And let us know what your thoughts are
in the comments down below.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And
that's
like.
all. Just subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And until next time, guys.
Keep
it nerdy.